Okay, great, you're back, and now what I'd like to talk about is the world of commercial modeling. When you're getting paid for a shoot through a modeling agency and what's typically expected when you show up. What I find is a lot of times the shoot layout is already predetermined. So what you're asked to do from a model standpoint is more limited in what you're going to do. For instance, I know of people who have had to open and close a door 50 times, open and close something a certain amount of times. They're looking for something specific. A lot of times the art director will have a picture and a layout, and they just want us to copy it, to mimic it. So as a commercial model, if they ask you, for instance, to hold a cell phone a certain way, and maybe over here in this hand you're juggling your laptop, your hands and your fingers and what you do are very specific to what they want. So again, this whole part about keeping your hands very relaxed is important, because what happens after you start doing something a certain amount of times, you become tenser and tenser, and you start holding something up and you can see the tension. So the skill of a good commercial model is how can you do it repetitively without getting tense? Can you make it look like, hey, I just happened to do it? So the skill of how you take in the information of what they want you to do, how good of a model are you? So you have to take the information, but make it look like you're very relaxed doing it. That's part of commercial modeling, where it's very small. It's driven by a picture already. Then you have the other part of commercial modeling, which is personality. Lots of laughing, lots of personality. It looks like the picture is like, hey, it just happened to be taken. They want to see, for instance, I've had models where I've had to ask them to do an alligator smile and wink. It's like, and go like this. And again, so what I wanted from her was a certain look. It's like, hey, I won $1 million. And as you can see, when I do this, it's not just about opening up your mouth and winking. The rest of the body has to go with it. And it's like, look at the excitement, look at the shoulder, look what the body's doing, look what the chest is doing. It's all interconnected. It's not just your face, it's everything. Even if they're taking a close-up, this close, the whole rest of the body, what I've been showing you, goes with it. The bouncing, and it's like this. It all has to show personality. It's not just taking a picture of one component, even though I'm taking a close-up. I know when I'm taking a close-up this big, I can feel and I see what the rest of the body's doing. For instance, I know if you're just standing like close together and I'm taking a close-up of you, I still want you to use all the things I've taught you to get big, to feel the frame, to move, to do your shoulders when I'm even taking a close-up. So that's one part of commercial modeling, is something that's been predetermined, and the other is personality, where they want wants. So are you embarrassed? Are you shy? For instance, there was just a local job in Detroit. I asked quite a few of the models who went to the Go-See, and they were asked to hula hoop with a hula hoop and snap their fingers at the same time. So, the question is, well, how fast are you going to do it? How quick can you do it? How quick can you, if I ask you to jump up and down and snap your fingers, let's say it's not even a hula hoop, it's like, are you going to go like this? Like, when I'm asking you to go like, hey, at the same time, and you're like that. It's like, well, no, I need you to do it now, not 50 pictures from now when you're more comfortable. Will you give me that picture in 5 clicks? Will you give me that picture the next one? So what you have to do as a model is start understanding body memorization. A great game to play would be to see a picture in a magazine, and can you duplicate it? Can you do what that model did? Maybe she went like that. Now look at everything. Look at the hands, where they are, how high this is, how low this is, where this is. Can you do that? Can you do it repetitively? I just did that. can I do it again? Say, oh, can you do that again? It's like, sure. You know why? Because every time I'm moving, I'm thinking. I know what I'm doing when I'm moving. I've memorized it. I can do the same thing over and over again. If they want me to do it identical 50 times, but just have a new face, and every time they want me to move into it, I could do it, no matter what it is. Let's say this is it. Right here, this is it. It's like even down to the fingers. Can you do that? Or are you just hoping the photographer gets lucky? In other words, you're flailing about. I hope this is good. And then you look at the hand. It's like, oh, I hope that's good. And like, look at the knock up here. Because if you don't understand all of the information I've already given you, it's a crapshoot. It's like throwing darts with a blindfold on. You're hoping something sticks. When I'm modeling, I'm not doing that. I know it's going to stick. I know it looks good because I'm taking all of the information that I'm giving you and I'm putting it to work. For instance, it's like I know I'm not going to tighten this up and I know I'm not going to close this up. I know it doesn't shoot well. So you as the model, I mean, the art of this, and it's like, let's say, I'm not hoping to get lucky. I know pretty much. So my percentage of keepers would be high. At the end of the day, it's like, oh, wow, which shot should we take? You know, there's so many good ones. I don't know. This is great and this is great. Where a new model at the end of a shoot, typically it's like, well, we could use this one. You don't want to be that model. You want to be at the end of the day, especially if you're getting paid, like, wow, oh my God, that model gave us so many. I mean, we could choose several versus like, well, I could make this do. And that's why all of this information is so important. No one, to my knowledge, has broken down this information in this way for models and photographers both to understand. Why does one picture work and another doesn't work? What is it about the nuance of this photographer's work and this model's work versus this same model, different photographer? Why is it her pictures look so much better with him or with her than this person? Because she's so new that when she shot with me, I made sure she had negative space, and I made sure this was never closed. As soon as I would see it closed, I was like, nope, open it. And she'd like, nope, open it. And I know that's a lot of stopping and starting, but you have to be able to build the knowledge. You can't just keep clicking bad pictures like this, and it's like this. If you let her do this, this is all you're ever going to get. A model typically, especially new, isn't going to let go of this, or especially this. This to me, you know, this is the worst. This is my least favorite of anything, and especially like this. You see this a lot with glamour, especially like this. It's just all crunchy, and you've got this all, you know, bunched up and wrinkles in here. So if you just keep it light and understand where you're going, where you've been, so much better. It's like commercial. It's like, hey. And again, you don't ever see me touching my body. There's really no reason. Once in a while, yeah, it's absolutely okay. You know, again, even if I were to touch my hands or if I was touching my hair, look how soft it would be. It certainly wouldn't be hard. It's like cash. And again, can you reproduce things? It's like, they might want that 50 times, and then they'll go again, especially common when we shoot commercial. And again, so maybe they're just looking for a different tip of the head, but when they come around, it's the same. Come around, it's the same. Very small. You can see I'm not doing much. But yet there's so much variety. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to now take this into how this would relate to more editorial modeling and or fine art modeling. To me, sometimes they're kind of a little bit of the same, where you really have to have the right modeling and styling. So far, I've really just touched on more commercial / catalog. Obviously, if it was a catalog, I might not shoot a picture of the back of her, but sometimes they have in a catalog the front picture of the item of clothing, and then sometimes for review they'll show the back. So we'll continue.